Hey everybody, and welcome back to Droobz Vids and another video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the All Might Nendoroid from My Hero Academia. Don't worry folks, why? Because the All Might Nendoroid is here. That's right, we're going to be unboxing the previously #1 hero in the world, All Might from My Hero Academia, and this thing looks pretty awesome. Now, I heard he only has 2 faceplates, but we're going to see what other accessories we get with him. You know, hopefully it makes up for it. And yes, I say previous #1, spoiler alert. You know, if you haven't seen that far, I do apologize. But that'll probably be the only spoilers we see here in this video. And let's go ahead and get right into this today. At the bottom of the box here, we have our little instruction booklet. And inside our instruction booklet, actually we have, I don't know what this is, there's this. Okay, so there's an error of something and then a correct version of something else. It's very interesting, haven't seen that before. And on the inside here, look at that, open up to the English pages first. Good times. And we got our basic instructions to show us how everything goes together there. So pretty awesome looking. And we will go ahead and set that to the side in case we need it later. And let's go ahead and put out this blister pack here because I'm pretty excited to see them. And it looks like our base and stand there once again kind of got trapped onto that little back panel. Not a big deal. Let's peel that off. That's been happening, you know, quite often here recently. So that back panel or insert there is just a blue insert. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. And taking a look at the figure, well, we're gonna pull this off for now. Take a look at that in a sec. But yeah, that is really cool. We can already see some cool stuff here. And this little thing, so we have this little sticker pack here, and I'm not quite sure what that's for. Oh, you know what, matter of fact, these might be like, you know, kind of that little gleam that he gets when he smiles to put on the side of his face. Let me check the box here, see if there's actual picture of it. Yeah, so we got one right here. You could see it has it right there next to his smile. That's pretty awesome. Definitely going to be using that with that faceplate. And of course, in this little bag here, we have our stands for the little Smash logo, our character, extra peg in case we break it, and our base. Inside of the blister pack here, looking a little light. I mean, does the previous #1 hero need that many accessories? Probably not, but let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. Oh, there's the bubble wrap. You know, we didn't have that in our previous Nendoroid unboxing, but here we go. Here is the figure. He's got all sorts of plastic on him to protect that paint and sculpt. And we could just go ahead and start removing this. And unfortunately, he's got the plastic underneath his neck, and we're gonna have to decapitate All Might here to get that out. Remember, you want to be careful when you're doing things like this, removing parts and joints and stuff on a new figure. You don't want to break it. And simple enough, get the plastic off of there. And he's got a little bit more. He's got some under his fist, so we'll remove that as well. And right there in between his body. So yeah, you pretty much got to break him down if, you know, you're not trying to rip the plastic straight off. I like to, you know, take it apart and pull the plastic off personally. Let me know down in the comments what you do with your new Nendoroids, if you just rip that plastic right off or if you kind of break it down as well. I think it serves more than one purpose as far as breaking down the figure and taking the plastic off, is to kind of, you know, help loosen up some of them joints, and you know, you kind of just take a little bit more care with it, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure here, and my, does he look cool. He's got that big old cheesy grin there. He's got his kind of, you know, darkened eyes or just blacked out, but there's no real shadows, you know, on the faceplate itself, so you're gonna kind of have to play with some shadows there when you actually, you know, pose them or something like that to get the right look. And just the hair sculpt looks really good. They did a good job on the gradient color there, so it's not all just one solid color. You can actually tell that, you know, they blended it, so that's really nice. And as far as the body sculpt goes, looks really good. and the paint came out really nice. His suit looks fantastic. And let's go take a look at some articulation points here, and his range of mobility up here at the head is actually pretty good. His little kind of mullet there doesn't get in the way too much, and his arms, he has articulation up here at the shoulder, a little stiff, but you know, to be expected for a new figure. And at the upper bicep, he also has articulation, and then at the elbow as well, and all the way down to the wrist. So it's a fully articulated arm there, really nice, especially for a character like this that you would like to put in a dynamic pose. And at the waist here, you could basically 360 the waist, so really good range of movement there. Upper thigh, you also have movement, and then at the knees, you got a pretty good range of motion at the knee there, so that's nice to see. Then at the ankle, you also have a decent amount of rotation, but nothing at the toe tips if that's something you're looking for. So let's take a look at our second faceplate that we get here, and this is more or less his smash face, his angry face, you know, when he's fighting or just in action. You can see his eye. That is really cool. I think that's a nice little touch there that they put in. And the kind of like sculpting they did on the teeth and inside the mouth there, you can see his tongue, is really nice. I think they did a great job there. His facial features are really chiseled, if you would, and they look really good and true to character. I definitely like that one. You also get this little Smash nameplate that you can hang up behind him on that extra stand that you get. Pretty dope. I like the font of that. Just like the other My Hero Academia Nendoroids, they all come with like a little action plate, and they all look really good. We also get just a few hands here, nothing crazy. Oh, and I really like this one. So we get the classic All Might thumbs up hand. That's going to be a nice one there to use. And you get a few other kind of grabbing hands or something like that. Just some open hands there. And last but not least, here we got, looks like that's actually pretty cool. I think they did a good job at sculpting that. But this is a fist, and it's kind of a smash fist there. So not quite sure which Smash this is, Detroit Smash or whatever it may be, because, you know, he does a bunch of different smashes. So if you know, let me know down in the comments below which Smash this is. Might just be a generic one to get this kind of cool mold. But you can see like the fist there, that's pretty cool. And I'm guessing it just goes into his wrist right here. So pretty simple, but really cool. And I quite dig how this looks. That's nice. So yeah, that actually seems to be about it for this Nendoroid. There's not a whole lot here. Let me go ahead and set this guy up in a few different poses, switch some parts out, and I'll see you in a bit.
And we know we can't be stopped. Tell the stars we're coming up. Blow it up like gamma rays. Free ourselves from time and space. Count it down and fly away. Never dropping, never stopping, always popping off like a rocket.
There you have it, folks. That was the All Might Nendoroid from My Hero Academia. Wow, what can I say? This thing was awesome. The first thing I want to mention is the little stickers for the faceplate there for the smile. So we got this little instruction thing here that I guess originally you're supposed to get 4, but we ended up with 2 like it says here, and that's okay. I mean, having the stickers there for the little sparkle isn't my favorite or ideal, you know, item for it, but it still works, so it's pretty solid. So another thing was that he only came with 2 faceplates, and if you guys caught the Nezuko review from Demon Slayer, then you guys know that I really wanted that 3rd faceplate. However, this All Might is okay with 2 faceplates, and let me tell you why. Alright, so taking a look at the All Might Nendoroid right here, and you see he has his smile faceplate on, but check this out. His eyebrows actually move just ever so slightly, you know, to give you a completely different look than with the eyebrows up the other way, which I think is really quite neat. Because I mean, I feel like it makes a big difference, because if you just move it just that little bit, he has a whole different facial expression, right? So it's cool. It is a very cool feature, and something that, you know, you technically don't need that 3rd faceplate for, because you really got 2 in 1. Because as we all know, All Might doesn't really have very many different facial expressions, you know, especially when he's in this form. So yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty much perfect. Like, I really like the fact that this Nendoroid, he'll stand up by himself without the stand. I just have him here on the stand because I did some poses, some dynamic stuff with him, and you know, I'll just keep him on the shelf on the stand to kind of have the even square lines lined up with the other Nendoroids, which I kind of like. But you know, I guess that's just a little bit of OCD there. But either way, when I was messing around with him, and you guys could see in some of the poses that I just did that he doesn't have the stand, and he's perfectly balanced, big head and all, you know, he's completely fine. So you don't have to really worry about him falling over if you just kind of have him in a static pose. So you know, that is a really nice feature, that he's very balanced. And it's actually quite a hard feature to find on Nendoroids, and I know Alphonse Elric off the top of my head will do it, and this All Might, so that's really cool. So you could definitely get some really clean photo shots if you were messing around with this All Might and kind of just like a thumbs up pose or a muscle pose. So really cool. I mean, obviously if you do something dynamic with him in action, you're gonna need the stand. And to be honest with you, after messing around with this All Might Nendoroid for a little while, I gotta say, it's definitely in my top 5 Nendoroids as far as usability goes. Like, just the posing, super simple, the joints feel fantastic, the paint job, the sculpt, everything on it is spot on. I really enjoyed this Nendoroid quite a bit. So let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this All Might Nendoroid. Did you end up picking this one up too? Yeah guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want some more content, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.